Okay, here we go. All right. Yes, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Starting a little bit later than usual, but at this point, time doesn't matter, so who cares? Um, yeah. So tonight we are once again working on Last Wave, and we may or may not be dealing marijuana. We'll see. It's hard to tell sometimes with this movie. Anyway, tonight we're working on a fun scene because it's a scene. I don't want to spoil it. Now we got a fun scene where we're continuing the adventures of Boogie and the cast. So yeah, working on Last Wave, The Curse of the Nicolas Cage Surfboard, and as always, comments, questions, random thoughts, threats, I guess, all welcome. Feel free to post them in chat. And then also, if you're a filmmaker, artist, creator, and you want to share your work or or want to engage in a discussion, by all means. So with that said, we're gonna jump into Premiere, keeping it pretty straightforward tonight. All right. So yeah, working again on Last Wave. I will repeat that forever. Also, I haven't been saying this in the last few streams, but the reason I do this is because I want to pull back the curtain on post production. Post production tends to not get the spotlight that it deserves, and that's the wrong thing. Uh, and so ends up being kind of ends up being kind of nebulous, and B ends up kind of with a lot of people uh, in the independent film scene not really understanding what goes into post production, and that leads to problems when let's get back to Premiere. There we go. Yeah, that can lead to problems when trying to figure out what this time and effort is worth because of its no one knows it, no one knows what goes into it, no one knows what how to charge for it, how to get make a living off of it. So that's why we do this. Why I do this. Anyway, so what I've got selected here is the next chunk of the scenes. This scene is kind of broken into three sections. It's all kind of together in the script um, as a continuous sequence, but it does have three distinct scenes or three distinct locations and people or locations. So makes it easy. Oop, come on. So we're gonna copy all of the raw footage for this section of the scene. Gonna bring it over here. So I should be able to drop it in here without too much difficulty. Yeah, that works out pretty well. All right. So as always, my first step is to, now that I'm into the actual timeline, to overwrite the scene. There we go. Uh, to overwrite the camera audio. So now we're just working off the good audio. In this case, all of these shots, for the most part. All right. So the funny thing is, the filming of the scene is pretty straightforward. Um, yeah, in terms of the shots, this one's all it's pretty straightforward. We're on a dolly. We've got a dolly track laid down, kind of doing a curve. But for the most part, this is this the filming of it is like you know uh, wide reaction, medium reaction, close up, medium, close up ish, close ups, uh, and then yeah, reactions. So yeah, the actual filming of this is pretty straightforward, which means the editing of it should be pretty straightforward, I think. Let's see, getting messages. Yeah. All right. But here's the thing. We didn't shoot at this aspect ratio. We shot at a more standard UHD ratio. So I'm gonna go ahead and because I did that with all of them, I'm gonna adjust just kind of all of them here. So we're gonna copy that one that I've just adjusted the positioning on. And now I should be able to just take this. It's going to be weird for some of the others, but I'm going to adjust as I go. And I will just paste the attributes, just motion, done. And that has now adjusted them for every shot. Okay, so this scene is primarily a monologue. Uh, Excellent, Amy. I see your kitten emojis have leveled up. We've gone from kitten to lion. This is a good direction to be going. React to that message, put that away. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do some editing, which basically in this case means watching footage. So, and as we do, we're going to cut off the actions and cuts.
7, part 1, shot A, take 1. And frame, action.
There we go. They start moving. Cut. Cool. Here we go.
Flower of fortune,
I'm sorry?
weed or awoken, reefer or reading,
We don't,
bud or Buddha, Mary Jane or mystical, super dank, supernatural, or if you're musical, Rick James is super freak.
Hold for 1 second. Hey, guys.
Oh yeah.
If you're musical, Rick James is super freak.
All right.
Hold for 1 second. You can hear a little bit out of you guys.
Yeah, we had had a doorway behind us. We had some
It's true.
of the rest of our crew chit chatting a bit.
Okay, I'm still rolling, you beat you? Still rolling. Okay, so kind of just end that super dank, super freak bit, and we'll go from there.
you want us just...
Oh, we're cutting there. Okay, so I can delete that. Next one.
2. And frame.
Is this okay with the way the tapestry is?
Yeah, I think so, sure. This
Oop.
little-
Yeah.
I just got close to the mic.
All right, and frame.
Action.
Let's pull that back a little bit. One of these days, I gotta reach out to JD, who's our director, and get him to jump on stream and watch and comment along with this, because I feel like I don't know. Part of me is like, oh, he could come on and explain what this is about, but I really don't want that to happen. I think it's better if nobody knows. But yeah, it'd be cool to have him on. He's a fantastic character. And a good
Flower
director.
of fortune,
I'm sorry?
weed or awoken, reefer or reading,
We don't,
bud or Buddha, Mary Jane or mystical, cannabis or clarity, reefer or revelations, dank or dreams, super dank, superficial, or if you're feeling musical, Super Freak by Rick James, track 3. I ask you once more, my friends, reefer or reading, flower of fortune,
I think he's asking us if we want marijuana.
Look, we don't smoke.
oh, smoke. Oh, you thought that I,
Don't smoke.
oh,
We don't smoke.
Again, I'm putting some cuts in here because I know how this scene's going to be edited, and so I know there's going to be a cut there.
instantly calm and relax you. That's ridiculous. That's illegal. That's silly. You come into my store asking about smoke. Oh, you thought that I would offer you something to lighten, inhale, and instantly calm and relax you. That's ridiculous. That's illegal. That's silly. You come into my store asking if I do something like that to you. No, I grew up one day just like you. Same black T-shirt that we never wore. No, that's not me. I work out. Lots of calisthenics. You know, I juice. Do you juice? Do you juice, Simba? Do you juice? You look like you juice. Cold press. No, everything healthy for you. I enjoy my greens as well. I just make sure no chemicals. We don't offer anything like that whatsoever. I just wanted to make.
I would like it known that this guy, you haven't seen yet, J-Rod, playing, I think his character's name is J-Rod, just because JD cast him knowing he was going to play this role. He showed up. This guy is, I believe this guy is SAG. Like, I know he's at least equity. I think he's SAG as well. He showed up, and JD handed him the revisions of the script, and he not only got them down, but this man picks up the vibe of the scene very quickly. And in a movie like this where you can improvise, he fits into this world so beautifully. And yes, mochi ice creams are like should all be had. Everyone should get some.
Make sure that you weren't asking for anything, and it's clear that you were not whatsoever. So listen, we say hugs, not drugs. Hugs, not drugs. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You know, I did try weed at, community college.
Shit,
Just
I
went
knew it. Okay, Sim, and I would.
try weed at, community college.
Okay, gonna put another cut there.
Shit,
Just
I
went
knew it. Okay, Sim, and what do you want? You want a O? Huh? You want a zip? You want 2 fingers? You want a Keith Raff cone? You want some moon rocks? My girl Sweetie Teacher's grape edibles. Liquid Lit has this liquid in a little lipo. 750 milligrams of THC per bottle. If you think you know what you're talking about, you don't, because we got it. You want it? It's green, it's mean, and I got it from the machine in back. Okay, listen, I got tons of this. Okay, Simba, tons. Suitcases, bags, zips. Samsonites. Samsonites.
You know, I think
don't.
like thanks for the offer.
I don't
Thanks,
think.
but we're good.
No,
We're
no suitcase of
so
weed.
good.
Yeah. I think we're okay.
Wait! What a predicament!
And there's your obligatory cage line.
I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
Wait! What a predicament! Listen, of course, now we missed each other, I think. Listen here, good for you. The cold press has been doing good. You look really pretty. Lollygott, you look really pretty. Good for you. Looks like I could use some help. So how about I get one of my 13 saws from the back and let Madame Nat take a care of that, okay? Yo, Nat. 2 coming in hot.
Cut.
Cut.
All right, there's that first take on. There we go. And that is. Yep, that's the reaction shots. I think we got the next one. I think we did a couple of these.
Camera rolls.
Yep, looks like it.
All right, take 3. And frame.
Action.
I talked about this in the B52 streams, which we're going to be working on again in the next few days. But there's always that pause between action and movement, and so I find that's one of the very easy mistakes a lot of editors, especially editors starting out, make, is the leaving those pauses in before lines and before movement.
Flower of fortune,
I'm sorry?
weed or awoken, reefer or reading.
We don't.
Bud or Buddha, Mary Jane or mystical, super dank or supernatural, chronic or magic. I ask you once more, my friends, flower or fortune?
Look, we don't smoke.
Oh, smoke.
Look, we don't smoke.
Oh, smoke. You thought that I was offering you something to light and inhale, but it elevates your mood slightly and decrease depression by about 70% naturally. But no, that's not at all what I was offering.
Again, just so you know, a lot of his dialogue is stuff he's adding or improvising, and I'm fairly certain all of the stats he reels off about weed are just things he knows.
Listen, I grew up on the same programs that you did, DARE, to keep kids away from drugs. That is not at all what we were doing here. We just offer supernatural experiences. The emotion is very dank in the room. Listen, we say hugs, not drugs. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You know, I did try it in community college once.
Shit. Oh.
Tried in community college once. college once.
Shit. Okay, Simba, look, I knew we was the same kind of people. Okay, what do you want? You want a zip? You want an O? Two fingers? Shatter? Glass? I got that gorilla piss.
I forgot he kept making up names of strains of weed.
Super glue. I got alien OG. Fire. Listen, I got it for days, Simba. Suitcases, bags of it. Suitcases of it, Simba. Suitcases.
Yeah,
We don't actually.
please,
We don't need suitcases.
yeah,
Like,
no,
we're fine. We're fine.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think we're good.
Thanks.
Whee! What a predicament.
We're good.
Thanks.
Whee! What a predicament. Of course.
Actually, to be fair, I guess that is okay. So that what a predicament line is sort of a Cage line because it's technically the character Cage played, but at this point in the movie, he's being played by John Travolta because Face Off is just a beautiful mess of nonsense.
Of course not. I mean,
So
good
yeah,
for you. Good for you. Oh, it looks like you could use some help. So why don't I just go ahead and get one of my 13 saws from the back there and see if Madam Nat can't take care of y'all. Yo, Nat! Two coming in hot.
I will say I don't know what the 13 Saws reference is. Like, and I'm familiar with like I've been binging most of Cage's movies. I do not know what the 13 Saws is a reference to. Here he is. There's our man.
Sounds rolling. Shot B, take one. And I'm gonna start back here. Frame.
And action.
And we're kind of running the whole thing again, even though I know which parts we're going to be using.
Reefer or Revelation?
We don't
Listen, do you want the magical, the mystical, the murky, the dark, the dank, the supernova, or if you're feeling musical, the super freak? Flower or fortune, my friends?
Look, we don't smoke.
Smoke? No, I didn't. You thought that I was offering. I didn't.
We don't smoke.
Smoke? No, I didn't. You thought that I was offering. Smoke? Smoke? No, I didn't. You thought that I was offering you something to smoke? Is that, no, that's 100% illegal. We don't offer that here. Not at the mystical shop. I was offering you elevation of the mind, not elevation of the spirit and consciousness and heart and mind. No, we don't do that here. We are a dare establishment. We dare to keep kids away from drugs. Unless, of course, that's what you were looking for, which it is clear to me that you are not. Okay, because that's not what I was offering whatsoever. So, drugs are bad. Am I right?
yeah, you're right.
I know.
You know, I did try it in community college once.
Shit,
and-
I'm.
Community college once.
We have talked several times on this channel about um, editing being there to enhance the actors' choices and kind of make the and kind of yeah, kind of enhance the work that they're doing. In this case, not only is it that, but it's actually a scene I'm really excited to edit because it's a scene that the cinematography is also following the actors' choices. So we have it's not often you get such very distinct uh like acting choices followed, this going from the script to this performance that follows it, that to the cinematography to the editing, but we get to just continue right along right along that path, it's been laid out pretty nicely for
In
us.
community college once.
Shit, I know it. What do you want to O? What you want? 2 fingers? You want a zip? You want some keep cover cones? I got some king size in the bag. Zigzag, raw. It don't matter to me. We can do a whole bag. I can do a whole pound. I got 2 cows worth. You never heard of 2 cows worth, have you? That's how much weed I got back there. 2 cows worth. I got Gorilla Glue. Alien OG.
By the way, if anybody knows exactly how much weed goes into 2 cows, let us know. We're the entire crew couldn't quite come to a consensus.
Fire. I got moon rocks that smell better than bullcocks. I got Samsonites. Bags full. I like that shirt. I'm gonna call you Simba. How much you want, Simba?
You know, we don't really.
We don't.
Yeah, no.
Actually,
we're
yeah. I
really,
think we're fine. I think we're fine.
Right,
really fine.
right,
Yeah,
because I
thank
wasn't
you.
offering you anything of the sort. Unless you were interested in the bull.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
Right,
Really fine.
right,
Yeah,
because
thank
I wasn't
you.
offering you anything of the sort. Unless you were interested in the bull. No. No, of course not. No, we don't do anything of that sort here. My apologies. But it seems like you could use some help. How about I go ahead and get one of my 13 saws from the back there and see if Madam Nat can't fix you up, okay? All right. Yo, Nat! 2 coming in hot.
Cut.
Let that open till we start to see the stuff inside, and then we cut. Some of the way those doors open looks like they're doing it on their own, which I really like.
Rolling sound.
Is this a mistake?
Or a fortune.
Probably, yeah.
We,
Sorry, is that coming from in there or is it outside?
Let's cut. Rolling.
Bud, or
And frame.
You want them to walk in, Jera?
No, this is fine.
Okay. And action.
All right, cut that. Let's see, we're keeping this because this is a yep. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Weed or wisdom? Bud or benevolence? Ganja or grace? Magic or mysticism? Supernova? Super dank? Or if you're feeling extra frisky, Super Freak by Rick James. Track Theum's greatest hits album. I'm going to ask you again, my friends, Flower. Track Theum. I'm going to ask you.
There's an outtake.
I'm going to ask you again, my friends, Flower. Or Fortune.
God damn.
Y'all could use this shit too.
You're in that. You're in that too. I'm gonna.
Still rolling, even?
Yeah.
Keep it rolling. Hold
Yeah,
on.
we're gonna keep rolling.
All right, that gets dropped to the outtakes real quick. And where were we? There's JD.
From the end of that. Supernova. Rick James. Or the slip and slide I have out back. I ask you again, my friends. Flower or fortune?
Look, we don't smoke.
No, of course you.
There's a note I like to give actors where they, especially like if we're doing a short bit like this, that's where the characters get to go kind of wherever they want to go. Or I will ask people all right, you showed me something, show me something new. And man, J-Rod, he doesn't disappoint.
No, of course you. Of course you don't smoke. Those are drugs. Drugs are bad. We all went to Dare. Saw the little glass case with all that wonderful greenery and some fungus in there. But we said no to drugs. Dare taught us to say no. Listen, we're healthy in this business. In Madame Nat's, we're healthy. We juice. You drink cold pressed beets there, Simba? You look like a healthy guy. You swim? You look like a swimmer. Look like you guys keep real healthy. No, we don't do drugs around here. We don't put anything into our bodies that might make us feel fantastic, elevate our minds, and let us get in touch with ourselves. We don't do that here. We're Republican.
Forgot about that line.
Drugs are bad, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I did try it in community college.
Shit, I know. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I did try it in community college.
Shit, I know. What do you want, an ounce? Do you want a zip? 2? Do you want some pre-roll cones? I got some keef balls in the back. Moon rocks smell like birthday cakes. I got closets full of this stuff. What you want? Green? Yellow? Triple alien? We got it. I got bags of it. Bags, Simba. So how much you want? I mean, unless that's not what you were talking about. Which clearly you weren't. I mean, unless that's not what you were talking about. Which clearly you weren't. So, Wee! What a predicament. No, you clearly don't want anything to do with that. Good for you. Good for you. It does look like you could use some help, though. Why don't I head into the back and see if I can grab one of my 13 saws? See if Madame Nat can't help you out, okay? Yo, Nat! 2 coming in hot.
All right, and I want to do. I want to cut the audio. Good night, Amy. Thank you for watching. I hope it made hope. I can't speak anymore. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we're gonna delete the video right when the film gear starts coming into view. There we go.
Take 1. And all right. What a predicament. Shot. Frame. Action.
Okay, this is just us running the what a predicament line a bunch of times.
Whee! What a predicament. Of course not. Good for you. Good for you.
Let's do a couple more. Just in this. Yeah.
For you.
Let's do a couple more. Just in this. Yeah. Give us some different versions of it.
I love that you're looking at me. Alright,
Sorry, guys.
This is very entertaining.
Tell them.
Right, we're playing the
what a predicament's kind of chipper. What a predicament! Like he's almost excited about it. He's just being Travolta. Alright, yeah.
Being Cage.
Oh, okay, thank you. I got it.
Travolta being Cage.
Alright, you still rolling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Ready when you are.
All right.
Cut. You are.
All right.
Cut.
All right, let's clear that.
Whee! What a predicament.
Better.
Of course. Hey, what a predicament. Good for you. Good for you.
Jared, this time put your hands is what I'm trying. Put like a pretend, like everyone's like bring up like, cause it might. I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to do it and not come off extremely effeminate while being good cop. Yep.
All right,
And just do a couple in a row. We
Alright.
won't say anything.
call it.
All right.
Action.
All right.
Action.
Whee! What a predicament. And whee! What a predicament. Whee! What a predicament. Of course not. No. Good for you. Good for you.
Cut.
Good for you.
There we go. Okay. So now, the reason I've been kind of like highlighting certain parts of this,
You weren't. So,
uh,
exhibit.
highlighting certain parts of this versus others is because for the bits where he's doing the no, of course no, we never do, we don't drugs here, like it's gonna be shot like this. For the parts where he's offering them drugs, it's shot like this, um with the the intentional, like with absolutely no explanation for how it switches between the two when he's offering them drugs. But yeah, so that's what the rest of this footage is, and then we get to put it together.
Let's see. Frame.
Flower of fortune.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
Or fortune. Good for you. Flower of fortune.
I'm sorry.
Weed or wisdom. Supernova.
Hold. Let's go back to Supernova.
Good, because I jumped it. Super wisdom.
The freaking giant set of eyes behind him certainly helped us.
Supernova. Flower of fortune.
Oh, that's even better.
And frame. Action.
Let's go from the start of this one.
Flower of fortune.
I'm sorry.
Weed or wisdom. Cannabis or clarity. Mary Jane or magical revelations. Supernova. Super dank. Or if you're feeling extra frisky, Super Freak by Rick James. Track Theater's greatest hits album. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. So I ask you again, flower or fortune?
Look, we don't smoke.
No.
Look, we don't smoke.
No. Of course you don't. Why would you smoke? It's bad for you. We all know that.
All right. Let's go ahead. Rolling. Set. Take. Frame. Action.
Smoke.
Flower or fortune?
I'm sorry.
Cannabis or clarity? Weed or wisdom? Super dank? Supernova? Or Super Freak by Rick James? Flower or fortune? Or fortune?
Look, we don't smoke.
No.
I love how invested he is in this moment, even though the two of them are. Like, that's. Oh man, he's so good.
Sounds a little.
Alright, and. Yes, you're clear. Action.
Flower or fortune,
I'm sorry?
weed or wisdom, dank or deities, cannabis or clarity, reefer or revelations, Zaza or Zaza Gabor, super dank, supernova, or super freak by Rick James. I ask you again, my friends, flower or fortune?
Look, we don't smoke. We don't smoke.
We don't smoke here either. What we do offer
Cut.
here is a.
Why not with them?
I don't know we're laughing at this one.
That's Travolta though.
It's Catherine O'Hara is what it is. That's what it is. Everything's Catherine O'Hara. Okay.
Do it again.
Sorry. Yeah? Yeah? Want to get it? You want the Wii? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
why not with them?
Whee! What a predicament! Again.
I'm just glad I had it. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, so from the community college line.
Want to get it? You want the Wii? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
why not with them?
Whee! What a predicament! Again.
That's worth keeping.
Want to get it? You want the Wii? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
why not with them?
Want to get it? You want the Wii? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
why not with them? Had it. Okay, cool.
You kind of. It doesn't matter now. But
Alright, we clapped it up, so.
You're right. You know, I did try it once in community college.
Ah! Shit, I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were here, Simba. Ah! Shit, I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were here, Simba. So what you want? Want J? You want two? Some Keith wrap. They got some king size. Raw. Easy wider. You know the one I got in flour? Got gorilla piss. Ever hear that? Bet you ain't never heard of angel babies. We got that too. You know how much weed I got in the bag? 2 cows worth. You ever seen 2 cows worth of weed? I got it. You want dabs? You want daps? You know what else I got back there? That's right. That Black Panther. Straight from Wakanda. I got bags of it. Suitcases of it, Simba. That's what you want.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
yeah, I
actually.
think-
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah, I think we're
That's
good.
a lot
I
here.
think we're
Yeah, thank you.
Woo-wee! What a predicament. Okay. Of course.
I gotta check and see where that one's supposed to switch. Hang on, I'm gonna throw the BRB sign up and just check the script, just to see. There we go. Yep. Where's the word predicament? There it is. Okay, cool. That's and we're back. Yeah, that's not in. That's sadly not in this lighting.
Rolling.
Set.
Take 2, clap.
Remember, you got Samsonite for days.
Frame.
Action.
Yeah, you are once in community college.
What?
Community college.
What? I thought you. I knew we was people, Simba. I knew we were people. So what you want? You want a 20 sack? I got 5 on it. What you want, a 20 dub? You want a zip? You want an O? 2? QP? We don't weigh bricks around here. How much you want, Simba? You know we got back there flower wise? home grow. We got Gorilla Brew. We got Gorilla Piss. We got Angel Baby. We got Alien Verse. You know how much weed I got back there? I got 2 cows worth. You ever seen 2 cows worth of weed? It's a whole lot of weed to move, I'll tell you what. But we got it back there. You want dabs? I got dabs. You want shatter? I got broken windows.
It's worth knowing the entire crew is standing back here like hands over our mouths trying not to laugh as he does this.
How much you want? Let's talk about it, kid. I got suitcases full of this stuff. Suitcases. Samsonites. Not that cheap neither. Samsonites. What you want? Huh?
I think we're.
No.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I think we're.
All right, now he's got some reaction shots and we're good. Shot D, take 1. Turn all the sound back on so it's
Graham?
gonna get loud.
I'm just here quiet on set.
Flower or fortune? Flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Bud or benevolence? Ganja or greatness? Cannabis or clarity? Reefer or revelations? Super dank, supernova, or if you're feeling frisky, super freak by Rick James. I'll ask you again, my friends, flower or fortune?
I think he's asking us if we want marijuana.
We don't smoke.
No.
We don't smoke.
No. Of course you don't. It's bad for you. I could never offer you anything that would be bad for you. I would never offer anything bad like weed to someone like you or myself or anyone else that I wanted to have a fantastic time while safely doing so. Not subscribing to that pharmaceutical nonsense. We all went to DARE, didn't we? Saw those little pills. Gosh, we learned. DARE to keep kids off drugs. I said no. I know you did too. You look too healthy to have anything to do with drugs. You work out, don't you, Simba? Yeah. Running through the desert. Am I right?
You just said running through the desert. I love this man.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I did try it once in community college.
Oh! See, look.
In community college.
On this side, it's these clips.
Oh! See, look here. I knew we was peoples. Okay, so how much you want? You want 20 sack? You want a half O? You want a zip? You want 2 fingers? I got zigzags. I got keef. I got raw leaf. I got outbacks. I got moon rocks that smell like birthday cake. Don't keep them around your niece. She'll eat them, have the best time of her life. If you want it, I got it. You want some gorilla piss? I got that. Alien babies? Got them too. Big old green heads. Green fingers. You want it? I got it. You know what else I got back there? 2 cows worth of weed. You know how much weed that is? It's a lot of weed to move. You interested?
You know what? I think we're good.
I think
Yeah.
I think we're good.
We're
Yeah.
really good. We're fine.
You know,
Yeah, thank you
yeah.
though.
Good.
We're
Yeah.
really good. We're fine.
know,
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
though. Like, thanks so much.
Good.
Thank you though. Like, thanks.
Alright.
Camera rolls. Action.
Let me check the script. I don't know if we cut away from something. Hang on a sec. Be right back. I don't know if we cut away from this prior to. Okay, yeah, no, okay, we go to. Right, okay, cool. So, yeah, we jump over to the cops and see what they're up to between the last scene of Boogie trying to get running down the street and then this scene. So it's not an immediate cut. Not that it couldn't be.
Flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Weed or wisdom? Ganja or grace? Cannabis or clarity? Super dank? Supernova? Or super freak by Rick James? I'll ask you again, my friends, flower or fortune?
I think he's asking us if we want
We don't smoke.
Of course.
So we might use that section. Might use this one as well.
So we're gonna pick up from my.
You don't.
All right, let's hold. You good with those reactions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like the lights just changed. The lights just. I knew you were people. Like when he gets into the monologue, both of you look around like the lights just changed.
to. Okay.
Because we're gonna cut from the being, the regular lighting. He says, "I knew it," and all of a sudden the lights are gonna cut back to this.
Okay.
So both of you react like,
Kinda like,
yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. A little surprise there. I'm gonna come a little closer in on this one. JD, you like this angle? You like this shot? Cool. All right, so community college. You bring him back in. You react to the lights, and then just listen to his whole monologue.
Are you
like? Yeah.
just frame wise? I'm just curious. How tight is it?
Yeah, pretty much waist.
Oh, okay. Waist up. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, you guys got some space.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Roll cam.
Cool.
All right. Rolling. Take two.
Very true statement for everybody in this room.
All right. Rolling.
Cool.
All right. Roll. And frame.
Action.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. You know, I did try it once in community college.
Oh! See, listen. Okay. I knew we was peoples. Simba, what you want? Want a J? You want a blunt? You want one finger or two? You want a 20 sack? If so, I got 5 on it. What you want? You want flour? We got flour. We got alien piss. We got gorilla. You know, we got everything back there to take you to the higher cloud. Listen, let me tell you, you want shatter? We got broken windows. I know you read the theory. Don't hold here. We got gas. We got vape. We got grape. We got sape. That's not a thing. I made it up. We got bags worth, Simba. Samsonites worth. Samsonites.
I think.
You know what? I think we're good. I think we're so totally
we're
good. Yeah, thank you for the offer, though. That's really great. Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Of course you are.
And cut.
Yes.
For the offer, though. That's really great. Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
All right, so that's the footage for this scene, which we're gonna be using that. So now, I can save this, and we can start piecing together the bits of it. That's the next step. Cool. Let's go ahead and all right, but I think I'm gonna save that for the next one because I know what the next sequence is gonna take to do. So what I want to look at now is color grading. I think I'm deleting stuff. Don't want to do that. Let's do a rough color grade on this and see what it might look like, both normal world and trippy. All right, here we go. So that looks pretty good on. Yeah, the Jurassic Park thing is actually a pretty good. I'm gonna keep that and just turn it off for now because I want to stick with this. The blacks. Let's take a look at some of our options here. This is probably gonna be too. Yeah, it's a little bit aggressive, a little bit green, and this is. Yeah, it's too much. We gotta make sure we see his face. So there's probably a couple of frames here that I can just. There we go. Cool. So let's see. Let's look at this one. We're just gonna click through these. That's a little dull. A little dark. My scopes here. We can bring up the scopes and take a look there. There we go. Cool. Okay. Thank you, Premiere. Not bad. Still a little bit green. That's better color-wise. It's still a little dark. Darker. I like that. I like 96. 96 is good. That's drone stuff. That's bright, but doesn't have much going on with it. That just looks pretty. There's a lot I could do with that, but it's pretty bleak across the board. How does that compare to 96? Oh, 96 is so much better. Okay, cool. So we're gonna keep looking here. We just went on this one. Let's keep going. Next. Too dark. And what's gonna happen is I'm definitely gonna color grade the two different sections differently. But all right, 96 is better than that by a nose. Let's keep looking. That's real green. That's not bad. How does that compare? V4 is better. All right, so V4 is the new one to beat. Nope, that's green. That's dark. That's dark and not interesting. 9's great. 9, 4, and then. Alright. So. 9's a little flatter, so let's stick with either 4 or the version 100. I think we're sticking with 4. I think 4 is the way to go. So we'll start with that. If I turn the creative one back on, gives us a little bit of that. We'll turn the contrast. No, turn the contrast down. Eh. Want it to look good without it looking. There we go, something like that as a basic look from we cut out of the weed section, then we'd go into the weed. Something like this. Crank the saturation. Yeah, that Jurassic Park LUT, it brightens and kind of smooths out, but it doesn't give us that real intense creepy crispness that we like. Let's bring the highlights up. There we go, something like that. That's just aggressively weird. Oop, wrong thing. Move this. So something like that looks pretty good in terms of how we might color grade this. So yeah, so that compared to this.
No, good for you. Good for you. Flower of fortune.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that's what, yeah. Gives us an idea what this color grade might look like. I'm gonna split it in half. I'm gonna go back to this one, and turn this back on. I'm gonna bring that down and turn this off. Push this a little more toward blue. There we go. So.
Of course not. No. Good for you. Good for you. A hell of a drug. So I ask you again.
Yep. Cool. So that's a rough color grade for what this might look like. I'm going to pull these both out, and we'll make use of them as we put the scene together. Let's see. Let's go ahead and stand the desk up, and I'll stand up with it. Guess I could just stay down here and just kind of put my chin on the desk and let it pull me up. Though you won't be able to see that. I just get the top of my head. Maybe. Nope, just the desk. Anyway, yeah. Oh, feels good to stand up. Whew. All right, let's continue on here. Let's go back to our basic editing room. Thank you, Premiere. Let's save. Let's make these things equal length and put them on top of each other so I know what they are. A little bit. There we go. All right, so first shot's got to be their entrance, which I think we only have one take of. Yep, okay.
flower or
So we will cut that right back to our scene here. Paste, cool. Now this is kind of the nice thing is that like for as much as we've got all this stuff, we're not going to be using all of it. The thing that's going to be a challenge in this scene as we edit it together, um, is uh is in this case it's just me going back to everything that J-Rod said through all of these takes, um, and using and just kind of mixing in the audio because I really would like to include some of the crazy shit that he said in the shots where he, in these scenes, like
Mary Jane or mystical.
this bit here.
Shatter, glass. I got that gorilla piss. Super glue. I got alien OG. Fire. Listen, I got it for days, Simba. Suitcase.
I'm gonna cough real quick, so hang on. That's better. Okay. So that's gonna be the real challenge, is figuring out what to do with all the audio. I'm probably gonna put in a lot more than I need for the first cut.
Flower or fortune.
I'm sorry?
Weed or wisdom. Dank or deities. Cannabis or clarity. Reefer or revelations. Zaza or Zaza Gabor. Super Tank, Supernova, or Super Freak by Rick James. I ask you again, my friends, flower or fortune?
Okay, that's the right take to use.
Jane, pain is a hell of a drug. So I ask you again, flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Weed or wisdom? Cannabis or clarity? Mary Jane or magical revelations? Supernova, super dank, or if you're feeling extra frisky, Super Freak by Rick James. Track Theater's greatest hits album. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. So I ask you again, flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Weed or wisdom? Flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Flower or fortune?
I'm sorry?
Cannabis or clarity?
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways to start this, and I feel like I don't know, I'm too close to it at the moment. I'm enjoying it too much to let myself think. This is one of the reasons, as I wrap this up, one of the things that editors that I've heard, a lot of the editors that I've mentored under have said is just when you're editing, you watch the footage. You gotta when you're editing a scene, or a movie, you gotta watch the footage at least 3 times. At least twice. I usually go for three. Where the first time you're watching it just to watch it, you're not taking notes. You're just watching it to get the vibe of the story and of the shoot in your head. The second time you're starting to take notes and you're writing down kind of things you have to fix, ideas, stuff like that, things that connect with you, but you're not editing yet. And then the third time is when you're watching it to edit, and you're starting to put some cuts in, kind of like what I just did here. Um, right now I because I haven't. I mean, I'm not watching. I'm abbreviating that process a little bit because I shot this, so I've got a little more of a like I've already got a familiarity with it. I already know what's coming, and kind of I know what, like, obviously JD and I discussed how we wanted to shoot this, so there's and how we wanted it edited. But now that I've seen it all, I think I'm gonna, like, all right, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna work on a different project for the rest of the night, and then when I come back in, having let this marinate a bit, I think the answer will come to me, because it's possible, especially with something creative like this, and something that has as much, despite being fairly straightforward in terms of when he's talking about weed, we're in this lighting. When he's talking about dare, we're in this lighting. Um, there's still a like there's certainly definitely a creative editing art to it, and I want to make sure that I take the time to think about that before I make a decision on it. That's yeah, that's how I find a lot of my creative processes go. You observe, you think about it, and then you do it. And so observation is done. We've started, and we're gonna start thinking about it, and then we're gonna do it. The only thing I know is we're gonna start with this shot, uh, because yep, probably gonna start closer to there. Honestly, take a little bit off. Uh, there we go. They see him, and then yeah, and then we can cut to them getting yeah, and then we can cut to them kind of put a positional frame in here, and then bring it down like that. Cool. So that's what that'll be. We'll cut to J Rod, and then we'll cut back to them. But in terms of what he's saying and how often he's saying, I've got to go through his audio and pick out not just his best video takes, but also the takes of see how much of his other stuff where he's listing off types of weed, or not this isn't types of weed. This is the listing off flower, fortune, that whole all the dichotomies there. Pick out how many of them from like these takes or from these takes that I want to use, and then figure out, okay, if I want to use 7 or 8 of them, where do I sprinkle them in? Then I got to do reactions. Got to find Boogie and Lollygoth reaction shots to cover it. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun challenge. I'm gonna think about it for a bit, find the inspiration, and then go from there. So yeah, not a super complicated night tonight, but still, it's I don't know a night. Let me go back to just me here. Oop, nope, clicked the wrong thing. Tells you where my brain's at. Um, but yeah, I think it's important to. It's amazing. I've been streaming for like I think like 2 or 3 years now, and I've never done that. There we go. First time for every mistake. Um, but yeah, I think there's a lot we can do with this in terms of where how many of these we want to do, how many what we cut back to when we cut back to it, so on and so forth. And like I was saying, this isn't a super, this isn't a night where I'm editing a fight scene or doing anything specifically crazy, but um, this work like this comprises a good chunk of the work that goes into editing, especially that goes into a first cut of a film, and first cuts of scenes. So yeah, I think it's worth showing and sharing whether anybody watches. So with that said, I'm gonna go to the closing button now and close this out for the night. Yeah, we'll jump on again. Whether it's this Wednesday or this Friday, we're gonna be working on B-52 as well. So got plenty of notes from Elena to start working on. So that's on my docket. So we'll see what gets done when, and we'll continue the stories. With that said, thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this. I hope you are thinking artistically and gonna go out and make something awesome yourself because we can. And yeah, I saw a great quote today that said the to cross the ocean you must have the courage to lose sight of the shore. And I'm it's been sitting with me, so I'm thinking about implementing that. And yeah, if if in any way I helped push the boat out on with you, that's enough of a reason for me to do this. So with that said, stay safe, be well, make art, and we'll see you again next time.